Hey, it's Culper Woodhull. Today I wanted to show members of Lock Pickers United from all walks of life picking a lock from each belt rank. Whether or not they've got nice equipment and lighting ideal to make quality videos, or if they are simply using whatever they have, picking wherever they can, well, it matters not. These are the members of LPU, and we stand behind each and every one of them. So first up, we have Missy Lockpicker, picking the Brinks 40mm, earning her white belt. Yeah, she's always had an eye for fashion. Oh, and she happens to be LPU's youngest lock sporter, coming in at just 6 years old. Let's check her video out. Now go ahead and tension.
Like this?
Yep. And then you start picking. Tell everybody what you're doing.
I'm picking the lock.
There you go. Alright, now keep going forward and backwards and see if you get this open.
Like this?
Mm-hmm. Any way you want, sweetie. No. That's raking. We single pen pick, okay? You almost got it. Come back a little bit more.
Like this way?
Just a little bit. No. Oh! Push all the way up. Push all the way up. Alright, what is your name officially on this?
Missy Lockpicker.
We gotta show everybody this. This is so awesome. Missy Lockpicker. How old are you?
6 years old.
6 years old. You want to hold that for everybody to see? That is your first lock picked. And
One time I actually picked a lock without camera.
oh, okay. Oh,
It was taking a long time.
All right, tell everybody bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Next up, we have Quantum Brew, picking the Master Lock Magnum for his yellow belt. He is from central Minnesota and started picking around 2015. Though he hasn't been picking for the past few years, he's recently picked up a new kit and has gone back at it again, which we are thankful for. Quantum Brew is currently in school for mechanical engineering, holds a degree in physics and mathematics, and has worked for several years as a professional brewer. Now Quantum Brew bartends while he's undergoing an internship with a local company of his, producing valves for both municipal and industrial applications. Now we have Wobbles picking an Avis 5540 for his orange belt. He's a 36-year-old electrician from Texas and just got his first set of picks about a week ago. His YouTube name is JIWLP, which is a reference to being an electrician. The first three letters stands for Journeyman Inside Wireman, which is the designation for an electrician that does all the power from the service entrance, as opposed to a lineman who run the power lines. And of course, the LP stands for lock picker. He's married, and he has a son who will be 9 months in a couple of weeks. Congratulations. Now we have Scott Gunn 00, or technically Scott Gunn double aught. He's picking the Avis 7240 for his second attempt on video due to some filming requirement issues. But hey, we've all been there. He's only been picking for about 3 months and works as a material handler in a assembly plant. It was actually his 13-year-old son who asked him for lock picking equipment one day, and now they share the hobby together. And I should also add that this is for his green belt.
For the green belt, the Avis 7240, picked and gutted, take 2. Okay, anyway, no problem actually. I learned this trick and I can't think of who it came from. It might have been Georgia Jim, but I'm not sure, although you should check out his site. Anyway, all right, you try to make a little room in there by performing a few zips, and then do it. Okay, there we go. Okay. One might be where it needs to be already. Let's see, 2. And a little counter rotation there. Yeah, 3 is definitely seized up. Go back here. I got something. Boom! Let's get into the screw here. Here's our core. And oh my gosh, I left my gutting tool downstairs. One piece of advice for new guys gutting these things. Before you take this little retaining ring off, see how it's positioned on here, and that way you can get it on exactly the same way you put it, you got it off. Okay, here we go. Gently, 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 gently. Here, pin 1, and finally 6 pins. All right. And don't be afraid to just go nice and slow. And whoops, I almost screwed up. See, survey twice, execute once. I need to be this way. Now, another tip for new guys: be really careful if you'll see springs up here, and if they're above the hole, you got to be really careful with your follow through, and make sure you don't mash and mangle the spring and the final spool pin. You can see 5 spool pins and 1 security pin, like so. Reassembled. Key still works. All right, thanks for watching.
Coconut Tom will be tackling an iconic lock, which is a huge milestone. This is the blue belt of blue belt locks. Too bad mine isn't blue right now to show you, but this is the American Lock 1100. Coconut Tom wants to be kept anonymous, which we respect, though he's stated to have been picking for a month and can be found hanging out in the LPU Discord. Let's check him out. High security locks can be quite complex. Check out this key, and yeah, it's quite crazy, and it gets worse from here. But Quagmire is going to help us kick off into the high security locks, picking this 9-pin version of the Yale Superior, which earned him his purple belt. Quagmire is in his mid-40s. He has 4 kids and is a bartender and cook, and has been picking for about a year and a half. Though a Monitor Darkly is a legendary black belt, he will be filling in the brown belt spot today. Not only will he be picking the Diero new power, his channel has become an easy favorite of mine. It's full of high security locks and information. What's not to like? A Monitor Darkly is a SQL, or also known as a SQL, developer in Wisconsin. He's been picking for almost 2 years, and can get annoyed if he can't knock out at least 1 high security lock every week. I could believe it too. From here, I'll let a Monitor Darkly take over.
A Monitor Darkly here. Today we're going to be looking at the Dier New Power. This is a lock from Italy, and again, thank you to Captain Hook #1 for getting this to me. Sliders in here actually are more like wafers because instead of interacting with the sidebar, the wafers protrude out from the top and bottom of the plug into the housing in order to prevent the lock from turning. Instead of having false gates, they have these little serrations on them that snag at the shear line. In terms of picking, the tolerances on this lock are okay. Serrations you don't really notice for the first half of picking, and then for the second half they really bite in pretty well. You have to release most tension to get them out of there. Let's get to picking. I'll be using a Peterson hook #4 and 25 thousandths for the pin tumblers, and this multi-pick dimple pick #10 for the sliders, and a medium width wiper insert for tension. Usually you have to pick a few sliders before the pin tumblers will bind, so we'll do that. One feels okay. There we go.
CK is picking the Dom RS8 here for his red belt. He's from the Netherlands and is a student that moved to Eindhoven to study chemical engineering at the Technical University of Eindhoven. Toward the end of the school year, the coronavirus struck. He had no need to be in Eindhoven anymore and found himself in a sea of free time. That's when he found lockpicking through YouTube thanks to Lockpicking Lawyer. After about 2 months of picking, CK found himself attracted towards high security locks more than anything else, and with a desire to climb the belt ranks. So fast forward to now, CK has been picking for 4 months. He's picked 2 brown belt locks, 1 red belt, this one, and 2 black belt level locks, including the Acid Twin 6000 with gens, which happens to be his favorite lock. CK is fully focused on picking more and more high security locks. His goal is to earn his black belt by picking 6 individual black belt locks. We wish you luck.
Hey! Oh, would you look at that? Get ready, boys. It's Christmas already. We got it open. There we are. So yeah, and then for the key pins we got standards in 1, 4 and 5. 4 actually has 1 little master wafer. That was necessary for the key to actually work. And then we got 2 torpedo pins.
Last but not least, we have Snow. As of the date of making this video, he is our newest black belt. This member of LPU is only 15 years old and has been picking some incredible locks. Some of those locks include the Acid Twin 6000, Acid Twin Pro, Acid Twin Combi, EVA 3KS, and now coming up, the EVA ICS. And from personal experience, that's one difficult lock to open. To add to his feats, he's only been picking for 2.5 months. He loves the LPU community and looks forward to learning more. Besides lockpicking, Snow enjoys photography, more interested in capturing wildlife. Here he is.
Hello everyone, today for you I have a pretty cool lock from the ICS. Let's get to picking.
Unfortunately, I had to cut these videos down to a reasonable video length, so if you're interested in this lock or other locks of the high security nature, check out his channel, along with the other contributors in the description. That's all we have this time for LPU Through the Belts. It's our goal to see this become a monthly or bi-monthly series so our members have a chance at getting some recognition and to show our support as a community. If you would like to contribute and be featured on LPU, contact the LPU YouTube team. So until next time, stay safe and keep it legal.